What is going on, Radar Force? Today, on this product review, we are going over probably one of the hardest manga style things to get for Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and they are, as you've seen on the thumbnail, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z mail-in or display boxes for 1 through 7, 8 through 16, 1 through 8, 9 through 16, and 17 through 26 for DBZ and Dragon Ball. In front of your face are the complete Dragon Ball 1 through 16 in front of you. Obviously, I can't fit them all in this my little light box here, but we're going to go over all of them as you saw in the thumbnail, and I'll probably show it in this video as well, all of them together. The only way to obtain these were to get, let's say, volumes 1, 2, and 3 of like the first or second print manga, tear the page out, mail it in. You have a validation coupon page. You tear it out, fill in your address and all that stuff. Send that in an envelope with $4 and some change to Viz's, I guess, headquarters, and they'd mail you a display box. These are called display boxes. Nowadays, people call them mail-in exclusive boxes, but that's what they're more known for today. But they are called a display box in the books when I'll pull them out and I'll show you. And I'll show examples of what a coupon page look like and the advertisement page, of course. So let's get right into this and check out volumes 1 through 7 of Dragon Ball. And here we have box set 1, 1 through 7. Now, I don't know why they decided to do 1 through 7 for Dragon Ball. This is the only box set that has 7 volumes in it. The rest have 8 or 9 issues. We'll get into that later. One of them was supposed to contain 10 issues, and it didn't. But we'll get into that later. So now let's start with volumes 1 through 7. These are all first printings. You can't tell by the logo itself, but the old Viz logo is a good way to tell you have a very early print version. It's not a guarantee. Now, most people that did collect these did get the first edition. It's not foolproof because one of my DBZ issues or box sets does not have first edition, but it's like second edition, it's third print, fourth print, or fifth print. Anyways, let's check out the box art first. And I'll say this right now, the box art is insane for these. It's one of the most beautiful sets to ever get. And let me tell you, they are rare as all get out. So here we have Dragon Ball 1 through 7. Here's the side of the box, has the old Viz logo. The left and right sides of the box have the same logo, or same art, I should say. Let's check out the top. The top has Shonen Jump graphic novels. I'm telling you, these box sets are absolutely beautiful, but absolutely rare. All right, the bottom, there's absolutely nothing going on. No barcode, of course, because these are mail-in exclusive. Now, the back is basically how I display mine. The back is so awesome to display, and it tells you what volume is supposed to go in here, right? And a nice little artwork. Fun fact, this art here is in the Dragon Ball Manga box set, the complete box set that was released in 2008 and the reprint in 2018. This is on the poster. This is one of the double-sided images on the poster. Very awesome. Very unique. This is how I display mine. I think it looks better than just showing the front with all the issues. Now, real quick, I know I don't need to go over all the manga, but I'm sure some of you guys want to see the coupon page. If I can't remember if these have it. We'll find out in a second. Let's move that out of here. And I will show images on screen if I don't have a physical copy of this. And also to teach you guys how to tell what printing version you have. It's on the first page of every Viz product. Down here it says first printing. Now, if you get a future printing, it's gonna have like first, second, third, fourth, or it might have like 10th printing down here. Whatever the latest printing is gonna be the printing you have. In this case, it only has first printing, so that means it's first printing. But if mine said first printing and then fifth printing below it, I'd have a fifth print version. So just real quick, how to teach you guys how to do that. Now, I think this one's not going to have a validation coupon because, of course, he had to send it in to get the box set. Yeah, so this one does not have the coupon. He tore it out, right, to get the coupon. And only, like, the first print versions have that. Yeah, see, this one's torn out as well. I actually do have one. I'll get it in my, it's my holographic manga. I'm trying to see if there's the ad in here. I'm looking for the ad now. Yeah, it's not in the third one either. There should be an ad for these box sets somewhere. Like just teaching people. Okay, it's not in that one either. All right, so here's my holographic Dragon Ball manga. And since this is a first print issue, as you can see. Oh yeah, I forgot. I had a note from the guy that sold me these. Very awesome guy, by the way. It says first printing, as well as the other one you just saw was also a first printing. Now this one, the validation, the entry form has not been pulled, of course. And as you can see, you have the display box. So to receive your Dragon Ball display box, complete this entry form from volume 1, collect the validation coupons from volumes 2 to 7, and mail them along with your payment. So this one, I think you needed all 7 to get it, if I'm not mistaken. That's crazy. I didn't know it was the first 7. So it tells you right here, this is on the other page, right? Free Dragon Ball collectible display box for volumes 1 through 7. Here's how you can receive your display box. Purchase all of the Dragon Ball novels 1 through 7 with the special offer inside. Fill out the entry form. Blah, 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 blah. And then the original validation coupon from 2 through 7. And then a payment of $4.50. And you pull the page out there. And then you get that box. Now there is a... I'll show you each box display coupons and such for Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, but I just wanted to show you guys that since I did have an actual coupon that's not been pulled out in my holographic Dragon Ball. Now, moving on to Dragon Ball 8 through 16, the second box set and the last box set of the original Dragon Ball series. As you guys know, issue 16 is the last one. Also, these are all first printings. I got lucky. Check out the box art. This box is in pretty good condition here. And some of this is like, I wouldn't say exclusive art, but rare art none the least. And like I said, the left and the right sides of the boxes are all the same on each box. And the top is also the same on each box, which is very sick. And the bottom has absolutely nothing. Now the back is where all the money's at, if you ask me. And there you go. What a beautiful set. Volumes 8 through 16. Now, also with the first volume of Dragon Ball, this is also the other side of that reversible poster from the complete 1 through 16 Dragon Ball box set released in 2018 and 2008. And that is the same deal there. Now, I can't remember, and I'll check the volumes again. I know I don't have any validation coupons for these since they were used to buy the set, of course. But I think there might be an ad in here displaying... Oh, no, I do got a validation coupon right here. I don't know why this was not pulled, but it's validation coupon 11 to get this box. To receive your Dragon Ball display box, complete entry forms from 9 to 11. So to get this second box, you only needed 9, 10, and 11. For some reason, you did not need volume 8. And as you can see here, free collectible display box for volumes 8 through 16. Very, very unique. So this is somehow or another, this guy got away without sending in volume 11. I don't know if he had 2 copies. Let's see, volume 8 here. So this one did not, look at it, it has an entry form for it, but it's not required. That's weird. Oh, okay. So the other ones are validation coupons. Volume 8 is the entry form. So you still needed volume 8 to fill that out. So you pull volume 8 out, put all your information in there, send the check with the other coupons. Yeah, see, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm an idiot. Ignore me. That's very cool there. So I don't know how this guy got this box set without pulling out. Look at validation coupon 9. Don't know how he did that. The guy is legendary, I guess. Maybe he had his mom cuss him out. Who knows? See if he had this one. Yeah, no, there's 10. So this guy has all the coupons. The original owner had all the coupons here. I don't know how he was able to get that set. That's crazy. All right, that's all the coupons. And let's check volume 12. So none of these should have anything else, maybe other than advertisements. And that's what I want to show you guys, is the ads. I don't think this is, yep, there it is. All right, here's the advertisement. It says free Dragon Ball Z collectible display boxes. Enhance and protect your Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z graphic novel collection with these display boxes. So you can buy volumes 1 through 7 or either Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z and get an exclusive box set. As you can see, there's Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Z beside it. Then you got Dragon Ball Z box set 2, and then Dragon Ball box set 2, which is what we're going over. So, very unique. Not every manga has that ad in there. Some of them do, some of them don't. But yeah, I'm glad I had a whole set of validation coupons that you guys could actually take a look at. All right, and here we have Dragon Ball Z 1 through 8 and 9 through 16. I can't fit the third and final box on there because there's just not enough space in this box. So we'll go from there. So same deal here with the Dragon Ball sets. I don't know why Dragon Ball did 1 through 7 and then 1 through 7 and 8 through 16, because that means the first box was 7 mangas and then the last box was 9. Whereas the first two of Dragon Ball Z are 8 and 8. Dragon Ball could have split them in half, doing 8 and 8, and then it'd been the same size boxes. But instead, they chose to be different, which kind of is hilarious because the original Viz media is kind of like Funimation, where they just do weird things for no reason, and these sets are no different. All right, so now let's check out 1 through 8 of Dragon Ball Z. So we have 1 through 8 of Dragon Ball Z, and yes, before you point out, my last volume has the newer Viz logo. I don't know how this happened. When I got this set, and this set is mint. This is my most mint set out of all these boxes. The original owner, I bought it from the original owner, and he kept it in like storage for years. I don't know how he got this, but the last 2 volumes where it had the newer, or I'll say newer logo, like 2005 and up logo, where these are like 2002 to 2003. The last 2 actually had this logo here, and since then I have rebought these to have the older logo. This one just hasn't came in yet, and I really wanted to get this video out, so I may actually, before posting this, I'll probably cut it in right now, showing you that I have the original sets that are supposed to go in here. So that's that. But yeah, there's a funny story about this one with the original owner. So anyways, let's take a look at the box art. Now this set has a lot more classic art that's more known. Like this art, I've seen this a lot, and maybe some of you have as well. And just take a look at how mint the corners are on this set. So mint, as you see, it's stuff right there. But anyway, these are hard to find in this pristine of condition. And take a look at that. Perfect. Now the top has the same logo as the Dragon Ball ones. And I also want to point out that these are so beautiful because the Dragon Ball has blue boxes and Dragon Ball Z have red boxes, which is cool because the Dragon Ball Z logo is blue and the Dragon Ball logo is red. So they did the flip-flop, which is awesome. I mean, you can't tell me that doesn't look amazing. They did the flip-flop effect. So very smart design art from Viz. I have to say, whoever designed these box sets needs a raise. And of course, the bottom, nothing. And where the money's at. Now, this is one of the most unique artworks I've ever seen. I have never seen this one outside of this box set. I'm sure it's released somewhere, but these artworks are just absolutely beautiful. And as you see, volumes 1 through 8 of Dragon Ball Z. So, this set is very unique because the guy's volumes that he bought, this guy evidently didn't buy the first printings. He must have started getting into it around volume 4, because I think from volume 4 through 6 are first printings and 1 through 3 are not. And then volume 7 and 8, I don't know what happened, if he got off track and just didn't get the first. I don't know. There was a limited time offer available to get these sets, and I guess he was just right on the threshold of getting them at the last minute. I don't know. It's kind of a weird set here, or maybe his mom cussed out Viz and just forced him to send me that box set. I sent my $4.50 without all the coupons, because half of these coupons are not sent in either. So I don't know how they got this, unless they just raised Cain with Viz Media. Who knows? So really quick, we'll get into I'll show you the validation coupons and maybe if I can find an advertisement for this. All right, so here I have volume 1 from the set, and I want to go back on the first printing thing. Since this set is not a first print, as you can see, this is a 5th printing because it's the last one listed on there. So this is the 5th printing version, which is 2004, sorry. And they are still advertising these boxes in 2004, as you can see. Now, this coupon is missing. I don't know if the 5th printing actually has the coupon page, but if it is, it's missing, but it has the advertisement to get it, so strange indeed. And it's actually displaying the first and the second boxes down here, so very unique. So let me see if I can't find a validation coupon in these guys. I know some of his were missing, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so this one has been torn out. Let's keep on looking. I think he had a few, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. That one's been torn out. Let's check out volume 4. And I find these just very unique. All right, this one's been torn out as well. You can see it back here. The page is right there, and the center's torn out. Volume 4 is torn out. Volume 5, I don't know how far they... Yeah, so he didn't even send in volume 5. So I don't know how he got these sets. And there you go. It's just showing the first box here. So this one's exclusive to the first DBZ box. So it's a very nice history to have here. And actually, I do have the volume 1 entry form. I want to show you the entry form as well. And here is volume 6. And it also has the coupon still. Like I said, don't know how he got all these without sending in the coupons, unless his mom called up Viz and let him have it, you know. Give me my son this box. All that good stuff. Volume 7. I did buy this one used to get it, and there it is. It does have it here. I bought this one later to fill in the set, and I'm still waiting for my 8th issue to come in. So that one has it. Volume 8 does not have it. It is a later printed version, which is only... It's only the 3rd printing, which came out in 2005, and that's right around when Viz changed their logo. So, and of course, this one's not gonna have it because I think they stopped selling these boxes in 2005-ish. So, all right. So here's my limited edition holographic Dragon Ball Z set. Funny enough, I'm just gonna go into this. This one's actually the 2nd printing, and they were still releasing the holographics in the 2nd printing version. I don't know if that's true for all of them. But this one does have the entry form. So this is the entry form for volume 1. So also unique. So you needed entry form 1 with 2 through 7 validation coupons to get the DBZ box. So just a little fun fact I wanted to show you guys. It's nice history. And here we have Dragon Ball Z 9 through 16, the 2nd box set for Dragon Ball Z. And I wanted to point out when I was going over the original Dragon Ball that the 2nd box sets and the 3rd box set for DBZ and Dragon Ball for the 2nd box, they get exponentially harder to find because you had to be an avid collector of Dragon Ball manga at the time to even get these offers. And most casuals probably collected the first issues more than they did like midways through. And if you did collect midways through, you probably didn't get a box because you didn't have the first box. So the people that did get the 2nd and 3rd boxes for Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, they probably had all the boxes before that, or else why would they waste their time to get a box in the middle? So they get exponentially harder the more volumes you get into the series. And that's why the Dragon Ball Z 3rd box is almost insane, because it had 3 boxes instead of just 2 like Dragon Ball. Anyways, here's 9 through 16. Let's go over the artwork. And as you see here, I have all the original first prints for this one. Well, then again, the logo doesn't mean first print, but it's a good... It knows you got the correct version for this set. Here we go. Now this, I haven't seen... I think this artwork is in one of the Dragon Box books, I think. Not 100% sure. But very good artwork here. Old Viz logo there. And like I said, left and right have the same artworks. And then, of course, the top is the same that we've been getting. Shonen Jump, the world's most popular manga. Graphic novels. And the bottom, nothing at all. Just a little wear and tear. And then the back where all the money's at. And this one I think I've seen somewhere. I forgot where, but I've seen this art somewhere. But I don't recall the yellow background. But very cool artwork. Dragon Ball Z volumes 9 through 16. And this box is in pretty good condition. They did tape it for some reason. I don't know why. I guess these boxes are kind of flimsy to hold books, I must say. So it's hard to, like I said, it's hard to find them in good condition. So unfortunately, I don't think I have any validation coupons or the entry form for this set, but I will look really quick. Okay, so unfortunately, I do not have any entry form or validation coupon, but in volume 12, I do have the ad, the same old ad that we've been seeing for the first 2 box sets right here. And it says, of course, that you needed 8 through 11 of Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball, or actually, sorry, 8 through 11 of Dragon Ball and 9 through 11 of DBZ to get this second box set. And of course, this is 12, so they're advertising it in the later sets, so you could still get them in as they're releasing these boxes. It's kind of like a starter set for like the DVDs. You get the first like 2 or 3 volumes, mail in your money with the validation coupons and entry forms. They'd send you the box, and then you keep pre-ordering the mangas and picking them up to slide them in the box, kind of like a starter set. So just to show you guys that. I don't have any official coupons for the second DBZ box set, but you guys get the gist of what it would look like. Oh, and real quick, I wanted to shout out to the original owner of the Dragon Ball Z box set 2. He wrote his name in the front and back of every book. Alex Hayami, or Hayam. I don't know how you pronounce that, but he also got it back here. It's in every single book. Alex Hoyami. Yeah, so it is with the I. Shout out to this guy for getting these in the first place, because the Dragon Ball Z ones are very hard to find. Well, they're all very hard to find, but it took me a lot longer to get the DBZ ones, probably because they're more sought after, honestly. But now we're moving on to Dragon Ball Z box set 3. Okay, and here we have Dragon Ball Z mail-in / display box 3 for Dragon Ball Z, 17 through 26. Now, take a good look at this box right now and see if you can find 2 things that are weird about this set. If you did notice, the first thing you should have noticed is the Viz logo. During this box set, the last 5 mangas, and I say 5 because this is the second thing, it's missing volume 26. That is the biggest failure of these sets, is they miscalculated the sizing that this box needed to be to account for the last volume. Even though it's marketed as 17 through 26, they failed to calculate that the last 2 books are thicker than normal manga sizes. You can actually fit 10 volumes in here. This is a 9-volume set, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a 9-volume set, but it only fits. I mean, this is supposed to be a 10-volume set, and it only fits 9, but it does fit 10 regular size mangas. So, like I said, these are like starter boxes, and like you'd have to buy the first 3 to get this box. And then I guess they just didn't know that the last 2 volumes were going to be double sized practically. So unfortunately, you cannot fit volume 26 in here. But you can fit 10 volumes if they're regular size, which does you no good. But unfortunately, it goes from 17 to 25, even though it's advertised 17 through 26. And the second thing that was going on is the Viz logo. They changed their Viz logo halfway through this box set before, like by the end of the releasing, they changed their logo. So you cannot get 17 through 25 or 22 through 26 with the old Viz logo. Kind of unfortunate, but kind of a unique thing there. So anyways, let's check out the box art. This is probably my favorite box art, and I know it's probably the rarest to get as well. I have never seen this side art, to my knowledge. You guys may have. Once again, the left and right sides share the same artwork. The top, of course, shares the same artwork, just on a little bit bigger box. And then the bottom, of course, has nothing. Now the back is where the money's at, as I've stated every time. Now I have never seen this artwork anywhere, and I know I'm probably going to get like roasted in the comments, and like, I've seen this in so many things, but I have never seen this artwork. It is one of the coolest, in my opinion. Now, I didn't know this set existed. I did so much research when I found out these existed. I had no idea the 3rd box existed. I thought they stopped with the 2 boxes for Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and then never went along to print the last bit. But as you see here, 17 through 26. And it only holds 17 through 25. albeit they just didn't account for the last two Dragon Ball Z issues to be double size. So that kind of sucks. Now, let's get into it, and we'll find an ad for this. I don't think I have a validation coupon or entry form to get this, but I did find the ad, which I had no previous recollection of existing, but I did find an ad, so it obviously exists. But anyways, let's take a look. Okay, so on issue 20, it does have an ad in the back, and unfortunately I do not have a validation coupon or entry form for this set, but in volume 20, it does have the ad for volume 17 through 26. And as you see in here, it has 17 through 26 in the display, but all the mangas, of course, in here are the same width, so they just didn't account for volumes 25 and 26 being fat. Anyways, to receive your display box, you needed entry form from volume 17 and validation coupons from 18 and 19, and mail them to them for $4.50. So these rare boxes only costed $4.50, plus, of course, maybe like the $15 to buy the actual volume itself. So very unique, very cool, and extremely freaking rare. All right, and that is it for the Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z Viz Media mail-in boxes. The original print. Oh, I meant to say on volume 3 of DBZ, it does have the old Viz on the box, but like we figured out that the last 5 issues or 4 issues, if you want to call it, the logo changed, so there's no way to get that box with the full old artwork. And unfortunately, the last box didn't fit volume 26, so it almost makes the set. It's a super lame mistake. But I do need to hunt a volume 26 first print just to have all the first prints. And I'm missing like 4 volumes in Dragon Ball Z 1, the box set 1, that's missing first print editions. I would love to have the first prints. But my box set 2 and 3 for Dragon Ball Z are full first prints, except for I'm missing 26, which I guess doesn't count because it's not part of a box set. And my Dragon Ball Volume 2. My Dragon Ball Volume 2 and Dragon Ball Volume 1 are also first prints, all of them. So I really just need I need about 5 issues from Dragon Ball Z to get all the first prints. And holy crap, it fits my whole box. Now I'm going to get you some nice displays of the whole thing on my shelf. And here all 5 of them are on my shelf. And this is the way I display them because I love the back art the most, because it's kind of what sets these aside from the rest of the manga releases is the box and the artwork. So in my opinion, this is the way to display them. And yes, the only unfortunate act is it's missing volume 26, which I will find a first print of volume 26 and I will throw it on top of that box, because I have no space beside these, because my holographic mangas are displayed right there beside these first prints, and there's literally not even an inch of space. So I'm just going to have to throw my volume 26 on top of that. And I can't move my color manga because it just won't go anywhere. And here's my other manga sets, the collector's edition, the graphic novel, and the 2008 original Dragon Ball box sets. And then 3-in-1s, Viz Bigs, and those chapter books there. And then, of course, we got all the comics above it. So that is a complete manga collection, I believe. I don't think I'm missing anything. Anyway, I will flip these around, and you guys can see the what they look like on the sides and the fronts. And here we have them turned around in the regular traditional format of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. And of course, you can see the little spine art here, which I don't find a necessity because I already have those with the outer slips that does that anyway. But I personally don't like this way because it looks like too much is going on. I prefer just the artwork. I think it's a better display piece like that. There is one more way you could display these, and I'll show you that real quick. Now, this is the other way you could display these. I personally don't like displaying them this way because it doesn't show. I love the little bottom text that says volumes 1 through 7, 1 through 8, 9 through 16, or whatever, 8 through 16, 17 through 26. I think that looks a whole lot better. So you know, hey, that's manga right there. Of course, I mean, we know it's manga because it says Viz right there, but I think it's a better display piece when someone comes in and says, oh, volumes 8, it's a box set, right? I think it just looks cooler with the the back image. And considering it's almost exclusive imaging to this set, at least for physical media, it's obviously exclusive. But you could display it this way. I personally don't. I like the other way. Let me know which way you would actually display yours if you had these. Anyways, that's it. Peace.